Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us today at our live webinar designed just for traders just like you. My name is Greg Lewis. I'm the marketing manager for MetaStock, and I'm coming at you from our satellite studio here in southern Texas. Today's presenter will be Edward Stemplovich, a member of our own team. He will be coming at you from Salt Lake City, where our headquarters are. And today he will be talking about how to choose a trading strategy that best fits your needs, whether that's stocks or options or whatever. Edward's been with our team for, wow, how long has Edward's been with our team? I'm not sure, a long time, he'll tell you. But he's a really good presenter, and I know you're going to enjoy it. If you haven't heard of MetaStock, we are a premium software and market data package for speculative traders just like yourselves. If you'd like, let's see a little movie about that little subject.
Hi there, Greg Lewis, MetaStock Software. As the marketing director, I get asked all the time, what is MetaStock? How can I help my trades? Well, stick around for about 3 minutes and I'll tell you. MetaStock is an award-winning software and data package that has been helping traders for over 35 years. Simply put, MetaStock is a tool for traders like you to analyze the markets. MetaStock helps you take the guesswork out of trading by offering a methodical, systematic approach to some key questions all traders come up against. Questions like, how do I decide which securities to trade when there are literally thousands to choose from? Which strategy should I use, and how do I test that strategy before spending my first trading dollar? When should I enter and exit a trade? How can I effectively manage the securities I'm interested in? And of course, how do I know where prices will go next? At the core of MetaStock are the PowerTools. The PowerTools give professional-grade analysis tools to private traders like you and me. You can scan the market with the MetaStock Explorer to filter and sort securities that show buy and sell signals based on your criteria. The MetaStock System Tester lets you test most strategies through a process called backtesting, which allows you to see how your strategy would have performed over time. You can easily manage and monitor the securities you are interested in with Quote Center. Quote Center lets you sort on a variety of criteria to view the data that's important to you. Then just double-click on a security if you want to see its chart. With the MetaStock Forecaster, you can even take advantage of patented technology to view probable future prices. If you're an options trader, you're going to love MetaStock's OptionScope. OptionScope puts all the critical info at your fingertips, displaying sortable, customizable, color-coded options data, including the Greeks. And MetaStock has solutions for traders of all levels and interests. If you're just getting into trading, you will appreciate the education offered by our many built-in systems. In addition to pointing out buy and sell signals, MetaStock explains how they work in an easy-to-follow commentary window. MetaStock has built-in systems based on popular strategies like MACD, Bollinger Bands, turtle trading, candlesticks, and many more. MetaStock even has the very popular and exclusive Rahul Mohindar Oscillator System, or simply known as the RMO. And as you become a more experienced trader, MetaStock grows with you. Advanced analysts will enjoy the comprehensive list of trading systems and indicators and the ability to build their own systems. And if you're a day trader, you can't do better than Zenith, the real-time news, data, and analysis package offered by Refinitiv, a world leader in market data. Add on the world-class support, and it's not hard to see why MetaStock has won the Stocks and Commodities Reader's Choice Award for 26 consecutive years. To find out more about MetaStock and how it can help your trading, visit metastock.com or contact a product professional via phone, email, or chat.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that brief video about MetaStock. Let you know who we are, what we're about. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Oh, some things coming up. One, we have the MetaStock Trader Summit for September. That is going to be on September 18th. And you can register for that right now. It is absolutely free. We have 9 speakers who have a lot of great presentations. You can find out more about that just by going to our homepage at metastock.com. And there's a big old banner right on the top that you can click that says, the summit, and then you can register there. By the way, when you do register, you can select at the bottom if you want to participate in any of the free offers that the presenters are offering, and usually you should. Of course, when you do that, you'll be part of their mailing list, but you can easily subscribe to that mailing list if you want to, so just FYI. Also, make sure that if you have any questions for Edward today, to go ahead and chat them right here in the MetaStock chat, in the YouTube chat, and Edward will certainly answer any questions you have. You can be, what am I saying? You can watch this in either YouTube or go to webinar. It's essentially the same experience, but the recording of this presentation will be right here in YouTube. And by that time, if you come back, I'll probably have erased this part where I'm at the beginning. You can just go right to the part where Edward starts his presentation. Anyway, that presentation starts in about 2 minutes. And again, we'd really encourage you to say hello and just to ask questions and to comment as you feel necessary. And we really do appreciate that kind of feedback. Also, of course, if you like the presentation, please do take a second to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll always be notified when we have a live presentation. We have usually 1 to 2 a week, and they're always very interesting. We have guest speakers, and like today, sometimes we have our own speakers, and it's always a good experience. We think we offer a lot of value to traders, a lot of information that you may or may not have otherwise known, whether you're a beginner or advanced. So with that, I'm going to let you listen to this delightful jazzy music for a few minutes before we get started with our presentation. Thank you.
Hey there, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to be talking about MetaStock software. My name is Edward. I've been here for 6.5 years now. And And I just kind of want to show you guys what MetaStock can do for those that don't have MetaStock, and for those that do have MetaStock. I hope you do learn something that I show you. Maybe there's some tips and tricks that you don't know about that I will get into. So anyways, on my screen here, which I believe you guys can see, according to my audience view, this is my contact information. Feel free to save it. You're welcome to contact me anytime after the webinar here if you wanted to ask any questions about what we talked about, or just any other questions about any of our services, really. So today we're going to be talking about kind of like finding the right strategy for you. It's going to be primarily around one strategy itself, but you can use the same concepts around any strategy, whether you make it or find the strategy in the software itself. Before we do get started, I do have to read this disclaimer though. So I'm going to do that. This demonstration is designed to instruct you on using MetaStock and accompanying software plugins, and is not a recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using the specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should only be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. MetaStock shall have no liability for any investment decisions based on the use of their software, any trading strategies, or any information provided in connection with the company. Okay, so the first thing I like to start out with, of course, is kind of who we are. For those that don't know about us yet and are just getting, just going to start learning about us, we were founded in 1982 by Steve Achilles. So really, MetaStock was born over 40 years ago, which is pretty huge. We pretty much pioneered technical analysis along the way, and we're still going, which is good to know. We continue to improve the software over time. We upgraded and everything. We were purchased by Reuters, which was a huge company back in 1995, and then we released our real-time data feed based on the Reuters technology in 2005, so 10 years after that. We actually released Zenith, which is our intraday data feed and a whole fundamental platform. It's like a private version of Icon that we do offer exclusively to private traders. We released that back in 2012. And since MetaStock was born, we've sold over 300,000 MetaStock units, MetaStock software. So we're pretty well known in the trading community. I'm always surprised when I talk to traders that have been trading for many years and have not yet heard about MetaStock. And I do run into those traders. But then we actually bought ourselves out from Thomson Reuters back in 2013. So we've been on our own for 10 years, which is pretty huge. We've been significantly upgrading the software since then and continuing to give you guys great analysis software. One thing that is pretty big is that we've actually been the #1 analysis software in its pricing category for 30 straight years, 30 years in a row, which is huge. That's a People's Choice Award. There's no biasness there. That's just decided by the people that use multiple softwares, right? So definitely very good idea to look into the software if you do like trading, looking into trading. I'll show you kind of what we can do. In today's agenda, we're basically going to go through the software. I'm going to show you kind of what a trading plan is and how you can test your trading idea to make sure you're using something that is profitable. Because we don't want to use a trading software that is not profitable. Maybe we can find out why it's not profitable, or we can avoid using the trading software at all, or the trading system, sorry, if it isn't profitable. So I'll kind of show you how we can identify trades in the market, how we can make sure that those signals are profitable for us, and go from there and just kind of strengthen our whole trading system and our trading ideas. So to get started, we're just going to jump into MetaStock. And this is kind of what the software looks like when you initially open it up. Immediately, you just see big gray screen here. There's a bunch of buttons to the side. #1 tools or menu that you would go to is the Power Console. That's where we hold all the power of MetaStock. So we call it the Power Console. Inside the Power Console, when you click on that, you'll quickly notice that there's a bunch of big tabs over here on the left, bunch of informational things you can click on in the middle, top right here, same with the bottom area in the middle. And then there's other settings. It's always going to be on the right side of the screen there. You can see that we have a chart tab, quote center, Explorer, which is our scanning, system testing, forecaster, and option scope. Today, we're going to basically be focusing on the charting tab, Explore tab, and the system test tab. Forecaster is awesome. There's videos on YouTube if you want to look into that. That'll be for another day, though, as far as the presentation goes. Quote center is basically a quote list. You build your quote list, put your stocks there, whatever data you want, and you can watch all the data right in front of you. Open up charts from there as well that you've saved and worked on, and we'll go through that. Option scope is for those that want to see option data in front of them, all the premiums, option strategies. So for starters, we'll be here in the chart tab. One thing that I do want to point out is right here where it says instruments, 0 of 324,419. That's the database that we have. So we deal with global markets. So wherever you're at in the world, pretty much, we pretty much have your data that, the market's data that you're going to be trading. We have over 300,000 securities available. So we can help a lot of you in all different markets, all different corners of the world. And then you can kind of see here that we also offer, or you can make your own local data lists. Excuse me, I'm a little tickle. But you can download data if you own the software, the end-of-day software as well. You can use your own data as well. You don't have to use our data, but that's what's nice is we can identify local data on the computer, and then you can scan and do everything within that. You can create your own custom lists of data, and then you can see the entire public list of data that we have. And so when managing your list, you can right-click on Instruments and then go to manage your public list. That's the data that you see, because you might have access to a lot more data that you might not care for. So you can actually change what the data looks like right on your screen. That way you don't have to look at all 300,000 securities in case you're getting global data. Basically, you take a list, move over which exchange fees you want to be pushed over here. When you save it, your public list will reflect what you have in that screen. For this presentation, we're just going to show everything, just so you can see it all. Basically, when you're going through lists, you can extend these trees here. You can open up charts from here by double-clicking. You can select multiple charts, click Open Chart up here. Other things you can do is we can search for some symbols as well. There's a little search bar that will zone in right on these lists here. So let's say I want to look for Apple, AAPL.O. You can just type that in. And we can see the public list. Before it had a huge list available. Now we're down to just seeing the NASDAQ right here. And it's also a part of the US optionable stocks page. Anyways, so if you're looking for Apple on NASDAQ, that's a quick way you can go and select it. The .o is a suffix. It's basically pointing at Apple, a part of the NASDAQ. If we were to take that out, maybe it'll show us a lot more exchanges. Yeah, as you can see here, Apple is traded in all parts of the world. So you can also look up Apple on the Bombay, in the Europe, Middle East, Africa region. The suffix .o is to specify the NASDAQ. So that's why when we add that, we only see NASDAQ right here. Anyways, on the right side here, these are the options when opening up a chart that we have available to us. You can have basically the display range up here is how much data is shown on the chart as you open it up. And then the data request range down here is how much data you're requesting. So we can request 5 years of data, maximum, minimum, and then we can have it open up however much data we want to show immediately in the data range. You also can choose all your intervals of what chart we're trying to open up, daily, minute, hourly, all that stuff. You can customize also the intervals there. And then you can attach different things to the chart as you open them up, such as different templates. There's a lot of different templates available in the software. I will show you that. But if you've created your own, saved your own, you can always open charts up right to your preferred template that you've built and saved for yourself for your own preferences. And then also same goes to expert advisors. Templates already have expert advisors attached to the template in most cases. Sometimes you might want just a chart with an expert advisor, not a full template, and that's available too. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by opening let's just start with Apple. I've already got it typed in. Let's go ahead and click on it. Click Apple. we're opening it up on a clean chart. We're going to display 250 records on a daily chart. We're going to click open. Here we go. Close this out, we'll get to that. Now we can see we have Apple, this is 250 records, but down here below the chart, you can see where we're actually zoomed into is between this little guy right here and this one over here on the very edge, which you can't see, but there we go. So that's the display range that we requested, but you can actually take this bar, and this is the data range that we requested, the whole array of data that we decided that we wanted to pull onto the chart. It goes back to 2018. This is how you actually scroll through the chart too. You can click down here and move this bar, scroll through. You can widen it like I did, or you can pinch it to zoom in. Also over here to the right, there's a plus and minus to zoom. So instead of pinching that bar down there, you can click the plus and minus. And then you can also change intervals directly from here and zoom reset. So maybe you've zoomed in a certain way and you want to reset it to what the settings were before opening the chart. It'll reset back to that. And then you can also have a refresh button in case you want to refresh things if things get stuck. Over here, more to the right, there is a chart theme where you can select different themes for your chart. Right now, I think we just have a bright white is my guess. You can change it to, let's say, black gradient. You can change it to oscilloscope. Bunch of different awesome themes here. I really like electric. I think electric looks awesome. But we'll keep it on bright white here for making sure that it's easy for you guys to see. And then, yeah, so that's basically kind of how you move the chart around, how you can see the data. One thing about our charts is, I guess everything in MetaStock is that's very customizable. You can always double click on things to open up parameters and change and customize things to your liking. We don't only have bars, we have a whole bunch of different charting styles available to you. Candlesticks, equivolume, Heikin-Ashi, which is new in MetaStock 18, that was a big one. Line charts, point and figure, 3-line break. You can change to any one of these by selecting them. You can change colors of things, the parameters of these charting styles, and then you can just click OK, and there we go. We can always go back though. Let's say we'll go back to bars, click it, change the up color, down color. The up and down mode is close to close. You can change that to open to close. Anyways, you apply it and quickly go right back to what you like, or if you're kind of messing around with things, it's always easy to go back to what you like. Of course, now that we have a clean chart though, I want to show you how we can apply an indicator to a chart and do other things. Up here, you will notice those sort of buttons where we can start adding things to the chart. First of all, if you have multiple charts open, right up here, you can see how you can cascade your charts. You can put them in columns. And they're quick, short keys to just kind of organize your charts that you have opened. Excuse me. And then over here, we have a shortcut to all the different Power Tools, the Power Console tools. You can always click Power Console and go directly where you want to next. Or you can click shortcuts, like right here is the Explorer. It opens up the Power Console and goes straight to the Explorer. So that's what those are. We have this little figure guy right here. It's our expert advisor. This is going to be your best friend in most situations where he will point out good trading opportunities to you based on the signal that you've applied to the chart. Expert advisors can work in many different ways, but I feel like the most popular use is to point out criteria, buy signals, exit signals. You can use it in many different ways, though, to point out pretty much anything you want, any criteria you want to make sure gets alerted on your chart. We have our indicator quick list. We have well over 200 indicators available. There's going to be more in this list right here because we have also add-ons installed that include indicators. So indicators are important for all you traders. We have a lot more than you can handle probably. So whatever you're looking for, we probably have it, and everything's pretty customizable as well. You can change things around inside the parameters of these indicators. We also have a zoom box if you want to zoom in a particular part of the chart there, instead of manually zooming in things to get them right. Like, hey, zoom in right here, bam. We can go back and reset the chart. Oh, I just zoomed it out all the way. But anyway, so there's a zoom box there. We also have a data window. So you can pull out the data window, and basically wherever you have your cursor, it's going to give you that data that the cursor is on. You can see open, high, low, close, volume, and price change for that bar, and the date as well. So you can keep that open and kind of go through the chart and get quick data that way. And then we have all your other shortcuts here, copy, save, folder, all that stuff. Now, drawing tools, drawing is very important for a lot of traders. You have all that here. We can create trend lines by clicking on this little trend line icon. You can create your horizontal lines by selecting that and clicking. Also, normally you'll open up the software and just the cursor. You can add a crosshair cursor, making it easier to follow your mouse. But then you can also continue to add the lines that you need to. And then we also have like little icons that you can apply to the charts. In here, you can click on this little grid, and then you will see things that you can stick on charts. And all this is great for long-term analysis, saving charts. You can also apply texts to the chart here as well. Let's say sell here. Now we can grab that. We could just say we sold here. Whatever you want. We can boom, move that. So you can start building charts how you want them, pretty much is what that comes down to. You got this, you can circle things, square things off, all that stuff. In there, we have a little window that moves over for all your other major drawing things like Fibonacci fans and the Fibonacci retracements and the projections and the Gann fan, the Gann grid. Here's a Fibonacci retracement right here. Grab that, go there, and you can see how we have the Fibonacci retracement. So those are a bunch of other tools available that for a lot of you traders out there that use that stuff. There's a lot available. We meet a lot of traders' needs, and so there's other channels as well, equidistant, standard deviation channel, all those things as well for you. One thing that we recently did is we have updated our drawing tools. So there's more that you can do with these drawing tools than just what you can see right here. One quick example, I'm going to remove the Fibonacci really fast, is we can double click on a trend line. One of my new favorite features that we added in MetaStock 18 is that we've added a lot of customizability to the trend line. We can actually have the trend line show labels. We can include a label that's going to show the performance of percent change from point A to point B. And we can also just have it show how many points that was, or you choose one or the other, the percentage or how many points it's moved from point A to point B. We can also show the number of periods from point A to point B, and you can create custom labels as well. But for now, we'll do percent of change, and we'll show the number of the periods there. Also, you can extend, once you draw a trend line, you can make sure it extends all the way to the right, beyond, same with to the left. So we'll turn that off, and let's click apply, and now you can see in our trend line, from point A to point B, we've moved 11% up. That was the percent of change in a total of 37 periods. I think this is a great thing to use, especially when you're kind of analyzing your trading signals. You can get more data. How long did it take to move this amount? How much did it move in that time frame? You can collect your own data for kind of how your trades work over time. I'm going to delete that. And then going with the Fibonacci retracement, I'm going to keep that there. Retracement, I'm going to paint that. Let's just do from here to here. I'm going to delete this line. Deleting things is really easy. You just select something. Once you select it, it becomes, you can see like a little dot that appears showing that you've selected a line, and then you can click delete on your keyboard and it'll delete that. So I'm going to delete those lines that I made, make it a little cleaner looking. With the Fibonacci, if you're a Fibonacci trader, you can go in and you can customize levels of the Fibonacci, and you can save that as your default, which is nice because you don't always have to re-customize the Fibonacci or anything that you actually draw onto the chart, because you can always save them as the default. So if we go to the Fibonacci, there's the parameters where you can change different things here. And then also color and style. You can change the colors of your bars and the style, how heavy the lines are, everything. We can also add in a percent value. Let's add in 75 just for fun here, 0.00. We'll add that, and I'm going to make that a red bar. And then let's apply that. And now we can see behind there the 75 percentile line was added to that Fibonacci. We can then save all pages as default. If you click this little line, this arrow right here next to defaults, you can do a bunch of different things with what we've done. We can save, if we've customized things on the parameter page here, as well as color and style, we can save all pages as default, or we can just save the current page that we're on right now as the default. That way, when we click it and repaint the Fibonacci, it is going to paint the same way. I'm going to actually save that to show you here. So I save that as default. We can go and take the Fibonacci off. Oops, I already have that selected actually. So delete it, and then let's go paint that again. And we can see that it painted with our 75% mark that we drew there. So just some good examples of how you can customize things to your liking, add things, change things. It's all really easy to do. That's one of my favorite things. There's a lot of buttons to learn, but after you learn them, it's really easy to operate everything. So that's a quick example. Now, to get further into the power of kind of what you can do with MetaStock, let's start applying some indicators. I'm going to just delete these things. So let's go to the indicator quick list, and let's just drop the MACD. One thing that we did with MetaStock 18 is we gave the charts are smarter now, so you can drop an indicator, and now the indicators. By the way, when you drop it, customize the indicators to your liking. Colors, styles, horizontal lines, the parameters, but we're going to do the default. Anyways, indicators now go to their own window. All the MetaStock indicators, previously you had to drag and choose where the indicator is going to go. But now they just kind of go where they should go, bottom or top of the screen. You can also move indicators if you don't want them at the bottom. You can take this little title area up here, the top part, click and drag and move it up there. So easy way to move your indicators around, customize them, add them. Now with the indicator itself, we can see the MACD here. Most traders know about the MACD. Basically the dotted line here is your slow moving line, and then the solid line here that's red is your faster moving line. It offers, the MACD you can use as three different, like you can look at it, it looks for three different types of trading signals or entry signals, I guess, which is the fast line crossing over the dotted line as one of them. That would be a buy signal to buy in typically, and then also the fast line crossing below the dotted line would be a sell your long position or to go short at that point. Other things are overbought and oversold, the MACD, and then also divergences. Those are all the three things we can do. If we wanted to locate entry trades with the MACD, as you can see, there was a crossover right here. So I'm pretty sure right here, as soon as that fast line went above the dotted line, I'm going to put a mark there. That's where we would trade. That's where we would go long. And this is just so you guys know, everything I'm showing you today, these are all just really to show you kind of how things work here. There's no recommendations to get into trades today or ever. Here is that signal that I pointed out going long right there. So that's kind of what you would do with the MACD in essence. Of course, you can use it how you'd like, but that is the buy signal there. And then to get out, you would typically get out right around here on this bar. So that would not have gone well, but that's kind of how you would read the MACD in that sense. Now, one of our tools that we have is called the Expert Advisor that I mentioned earlier. It is right here, this character up there. You click that, and these are basically formulas of criterias that you can apply to the chart that will be pointed out to you. For an example, see how I manually pointed out those MACD crossovers? We can actually apply the MACD by MetaStock, and it'll point those out for us. Let's just hope that I put those arrows in the right place. Oh, I was off by a day on the buy signal. Oh, I see. I did cross over just a little bit, I guess, right here. But anyways, I was close enough. But that's what the Expert Advisor does. It does that on many different criterias. This is an example of the MACD, which is very helpful because you can go back and you can kind of eye scan historical data and see where signals have taken us and kind of how it looks with the MACD. there's always going to be a lot of choppiness, especially with the MACD. But you can see it's picked up back here, back in January of 2023, so just earlier this year. It picked up some like really profitable trades, which is nice. Even over here, if you had tighter stop losses, you might not exit when the MACD tells you to. The short trade. So the expert advisor is very helpful in that sense, where it'll point out all the criterias of your choice on the chart, and you can just see everything in front of you. When you do plot the expert advisor, you're also going to sometimes get a ribbon that can be formulated into something that you're building, or the ribbon often comes with the expert advisors we have, like the MACD one. And it'll just kind of show you bullish and bearish stuff, so you can quickly eyeball and get information. Like after this signal, we're bearish, right? Right here on 7/10/23, we're bearish. After that, once the new signal appears, we become bullish until the signal changes, which it has recently. So right now, according to MACD, Apple is bearish. So that's another good thing about the expert advisor. Also, one other very popular feature that we have is the expert advisor provides commentary. The commentary will actually help you. Let me double check. The commentary will actually kind of point out what's going on in the chart based on the expert advisor you've picked. So you can read about the system that you have. Sorry, I'm trying to look for my question dialog box for GoToWebinar because I seem to have lost it. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing any questions. By the way, if you have any questions, please be sure to let me know. You can ask in GoTo if I can find this dialog box for it. It's not showing up. Or you can ask in YouTube, and I'll be sure to answer the questions. Well, let me see if I can find this 1 second longer. It's not chat. Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'll continue to look for that as we go here. So anyways, here's the expert advisor for the Mac. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I was just going to see if you had access to that. Thank you. Okay, so the commentary, we would right click anywhere on the charts. This pulls up a bunch of options you can do with the chart, open things up from here. We'll get more into that now. One of the things, since we're talking about the expert advisor and the commentary, is that's how you open up that commentary. You hover over expert advisor after right-clicking on the chart inside the background of the chart. Then you'll get another window with things you can do to the expert advisor, but we want to pull up the commentary. So I'm going to pull that up, and you can see we got this window here. This window, I was trying to extend that a bit. This window gives us a bunch of information based on that expert advisor, and this can be very helpful, especially if you're a beginner trader. Even if you're an advanced trader and you're looking at systems inside the software, this is what's going to give you a lot of information about those systems. Right now, as we can see, we're the expert advisor, the commentary is currently looking at the day that this little black arrow here is pointing down at, which is the current bar, today's data. And what it's going to say is it's going to show the data, like the close, the change, the MACD value. It also says the MACD can provide buy and sell indicators in 3 ways: signal line crossover, overbought, oversold conditions, and divergences. There's also the 3 different ways that you can trade with the MACD. It's going to give you information with those in mind. So crossovers, currently the MACD is bearish. Since it's trading below its signal line, the MACD crossed below its signal line 1 period ago. Since the MACD crossed its moving average, Apple's price has decreased 0.29%. So far it's kind of correct there. This is not me telling you to get into the trade or anything, but yeah, just showing you the commentary here. So far it's been doing well, and it has the range from a high of 180 to a low of 174. So that's that. It also tells you overbought or oversold. The MACD is not in an overbought or oversold range, and there has been no divergences within the last 5 periods. So that's kind of how the expert advisor works. It gives you information with what's applied. You can move the arrow to look at other days by clicking these arrows, and you can see that arrow, that hovering arrow, change as we click left. We can go back to right. If we go to the day that there was a short, so yesterday, see that it became signal crossed below its signal line 0 periods ago because that was yesterday. If we go over to a MACD buy signal, you can see it kind of says along the same information. It's bullish. It just happened, so 0 periods ago. And basically, that's how the commentary works, and that's how you can move along that commentary. You can also click on the chart anywhere to hover that arrow over any day you would like, instead of using those arrows. To get back to the main day or the 2-day, you can click this, always use last bar, and it jumps us right back over there. Instead of having a floating expert advisor, we can also push that to the left or right side of the chart, and whatever expert advisor we apply after the MACD, everything will update for you. That's kind of how you would use the expert advisor in your charts. One thing you can do in charts is when you add things and you save charts, you can make a template, which is basically a whole chart that's saved that has indicators of your choice, an expert advisor maybe that you've made or applied. You save it as a template. You click apply a template to any chart, and you can see a list of all the templates available. There's a lot here because we also have add-ons that we've installed, but let's see if there's any MACD template. I actually don't know if there is. Let's just type, oh yeah, MACD histogram. We can click that, we can click apply, and it'll kind of jump us to the MACD histogram template. It changed everything, the background, the colors of the MACD has changed. We have the histogram as well, which is right here, I believe. Yeah, this blue one is the histogram. But again, it's the same exact expert advisor. So that's how you can apply different templates. Over here on the left side of the screen are the different templates, which you can change these templates around and customize these templates. So if you have 5 templates that you like to look at, you can go quickly select them over here instead of right-clicking apply template. So you can customize what these templates are saved as on the side. If we go back to apply clean template, bam, we have our clean template immediately. Then we can kind of rework the chart as we go. So now that you kind of seen the power of like how MetaStock can point out signals, do all your charting and everything, which is all really nice, we can agree. But I think what's even more powerful is being able to identify a trade. Instead of going chart by chart in a market with a template that we have applied and seeing signals as they come, click sifting through all those different securities, we can actually scan the markets looking for those criteria as well. And that's kind of how things start to tie together. Not only will we point out opportunities, but we will get you immediately to those opportunities that are happening now. So let me go back. Also, I think when you apply a template, it opens up a new chart. It doesn't overlay. Yeah, so I can close that. Now let's go and look at how to look for a signal today. Let's kind of see what that looks like. I'm going to close all these charts out. And we'll go back to the Power Console. Here's the Explore function right here. It's already selected, I think, because we clicked on the shortcut earlier. And do that. Up here are all the systems that we have available. Of course, there's add-ons in here, like I mentioned, so there's going to be more, but I think there's like over 120 systems criteria already available that you can, when you jump in, you can start scanning for right away, start reading the expert commentaries immediately. And then as time goes on, if you start adding add-ons, you will increase this list and make it bigger because you're adding more scans. As we can see, we already have the MACD selected. I tested things before we started, so the MACD is selected already. You can double click on anything to kind of open up the coding filters. You can, when we go through the scan, I'll show you what this means, but you can have it show you any sets of data in the columns when we do a scan. You can also see what the formulas are as well, which a buy is the MACD, and the formula is right there. You can rename things, and in most cases you'll get information or notes on what the scan is about, which it says right there. You can quickly identify different scans inside the list by typing them in the search bar up here, which is new, by the way. It's a great feature that was added. So we can type MAC. It'll quickly sum that down to everything with MAC inside it. We're going to do the MACD expert system, so we'll select that. And I'll exit out of that. You can see up here we've selected one exploration out of this whole list, so we're doing good so far. Now, what I'll I'll do is I'll pull this window back up. This is all the data we want to run that scan against. So we'll pull that up. As I said, we have a lot of data available. So we're going to go down and let's just do the S&P 100 because that's fast. It's a smaller list. So what we're going to do is we have the public list data stretched out right here. Now let's find, oh, we got to close the Asia stuff there. Close NASDAQ. We're not going in there. Not going in pink sheets. We are not going into U.S. optional stocks. In fact, we're not going into the equities at all. We're going to open up the index constituents. You have a list of all, the different index constituent lists of stocks that you can scan through. That's where we'll find the S&P 100. It's not the actual index, but the stocks of that make up the index there. So we'll select that. Right here on the right side, we can choose our different settings, right? So we want to scan through a minimum of 1,250 securities. Sometimes systems or formulas require a lot of data, so you want to make sure you're requesting a lot of data during the scan. So its accuracy is how it should be. So anyways, that's set to 1250 there. We can choose the time frame, daily, minute. We're going to do daily. We're going to use the filter, meaning it's going to filter out all the stocks not meeting any criteria. We don't want to see that. I prefer to just see the ones that are meeting a criteria. And we're also going to use today's date. Instead, you could always scan for, let's say, yesterday's data. Maybe we want to scan through yesterday, which is the 12th of September. You can also do that, look for signals from yesterday, because if we're end of day, maybe you're looking at, you're trying to follow a trade that was recommended yesterday or pulled up inside the MetaStock software. So that's what you can do. We'll just do today's date though. And then if you have multiple explorations, one great thing you can do with the scanning is you can choose how you want to scan with those multiple explorations. Oops, I'm choosing different data. Let's say the ACT Instatrend. You can choose to scan the S&P 100 once per system. So you'll get a different list for each system. You can also choose to scan the preceding results, meaning right here we have the MACD in order for number 1. So it'll scan the list of the S&P 100. Everything that had a filter that met the criteria, that filtered list will move over and then will now be scanned against the Instatrend system. So then you can start putting systems together and looking for multiple things to meet up together on any security. That way you have multiple confirmation, which could increase the power of a trade, having multiple things occurring. Anyways, that's what you can do with the scanning as well. But today we're going to do just the MACD on the S&P 100, and let's start the exploration. Okay, so right now we're running. You can see that this is the list. This is going to be fast. Things that are not as complicated, typically it's really fast. Of course, it's only 100 stocks as well. But even if you did 1,000, it probably wouldn't have taken much longer for something like the MACD. Immediately, you can see the information about the scan up here. In case you're running multiple scans, you can select the ones that you want to look into. Down below, we have a results and rejects page. This is the results, meaning everything that has met the criteria of the MACD, those 3 different systems. And so when we look at that, you can see the company name. You can see that there is a buy signal, or you can see whether there's a sell signal, overbought, oversold, and then the symbol itself. The buy signal is the crossover of that line. If you select buy, the 1 means true, 0 means false. So we had buy signals on all of these, which we can shift-click them to select all of them. You can open up chart and it'll open all of them. But anyways, so we have a buy signal on those, and then we have a sell signal on 2 of them. And then we have an overbought condition on 1 of them and an oversold condition on another. We're going to be focusing on the buy signal right now, the crossover, since that's what we initially looked at. What I want to do before opening a chart is I want to make sure the chart is going to open up clean, or I can apply that MACD template when opening up a chart. And the way to do that is you go back to the Power Console. We click the chart tab here, and we go right here, apply template. And we can I'll just do a clean one, and we'll just throw the MACD on there. So we just make sure that's selected is all. And we go back to that exploration page. There. And let's just open up Abbott Labs. So we click it, click open chart. Also, there's a bunch of other things you can do. You can save the list to your clipboard. You can print the list as well, inspect, sort. And then you can also, which is a neat button, you can click open all instruments in Quote Center. So it'll open up everything and apply it to the Quote Center, which is that stock watch list. That way you can just see all the data, open, high, low, close, volume, percent of change, all right there if you want to do that. But we'll open the chart from here instead. So click open chart and go right here. Let's undock this view. I guess I could have kept that open. Let's go and add that expert advisor of the MACD and kind of see what happens because we were scanning for this criteria. And you can see today we have a buy signal, not a recommendation, just an example. So here's that buy signal from today. And I think this is what's really important to traders when using software. I think time is very important. I'm pretty sure you can agree. A lot of us have full-time jobs. We're very busy, have kids, schedules. You can find an opportunity in seconds or minutes, depending on the system that you use. That whole workflow right there that I did, if I just went and scanned for MACD signal, I would have saw this opportunity pretty much immediately, which I think is what's really important is it's just getting to opportunities quick. It saves us time instead of having to look through chart by chart. You have a list of 50 stocks that you look through. Maybe you do like looking at them chart by chart, and that's absolutely fine. But for those that don't have all the time in the day or don't have a lot of time at all, this can really help, especially because you can set up scans by yourself. You can tell the software what to look for. There's an easy to learn formula language. We can help you with that. And then you can go scan your lists and find those signals immediately without going one by one. So that's an example of the buy signal right there. I'm going to close that and quickly go back to this page. Now let's just open up the cell. Let's see Adobe. We'll open that chart up here. Oh, maybe I should start applying the MACD template, but we'll click that and attach. And there we go. We have that sell signal like it showed right there in the scan results. See, quick and easy. We're right to a trading opportunity. I think that's what's really important. That's what gives us the edge, especially with how much time we have. It's a huge edge to have available at your fingertips there. So putting some work into the software can absolutely help you, or just using what we have in there will absolutely give you an edge in the market. These signals are really good on this chart, by the way. They look pretty nice, just eyeballing it. Now, I think being able to scan for an opportunity, saving time is huge. Pretty sure most of you can agree to that. But how do we know what system is good to use? We do have a lot of them. It might take a long time to learn about the systems, going through the commentary, reading through them, eyeballing charts and kind of seeing what signals look like. So that's why we actually have a system tester in there. We want to help you zone in and kind of tweak your trading ideas or check the profitability of trading systems that we have available in the software. That way you can know, what's profitable or has a better chance of succeeding potentially. So you can quickly identify opportunities with profitable systems. So I'm going to close out of this chart. Let's click there. And we're going to click Power Console, and we're going to go to the System Tester. It looks a lot like the Explore tab that we were at. You basically have your systems up top, and then you have all your data at the bottom. So we'll look for the MACD. Easiest way, type in MAC here. Takes us right over there. But I also want you to notice how many different systems we can test. Again, we have a lot included because of add-ons, but there's a lot of systems that you can test. The PS systems are awesome. I recommend anyone currently using MetaStock, test those PS systems. They have some really good systems in there. Same with the ACT systems. Those are available. Those are very powerful. Anyways, there's a lot of available systems already in the software. We'll go with MAC today. MACD, experted. Yeah, the expert system right there. There's also optimization in our system testing, which is really cool because there's parameters in these indicators, right? You have a fast moving average, which I believe was a 9 period, and the slow moving average, the dotted line was, I believe, a 20. You can change those around. Who knows what parameters are better to use? Well, the optimization test will check that for you. It goes through all the different parameters, and then it'll give you a list of the most profitable, and you can go through them, see the parameters best to use, and you can use those. So if you're into testing, it's a great system tester, great for testing to check those things out. So anyways, we'll just do the regular back test. We're going to go find the S&P 100, which we have selected. And then over here, the options we have is, depending on the type of trader you are, you can test only for long trades, only for short trades or for both. So it'll test, we have selected both, it's going to add the results of taking both long and short trades is what that means. And we're going to test the last 1250 periods, which I believe is, what, 10 years? No, I'm way off. That's 5 years. My math is off there. So anyways, we'll go to the last 5 years there. You can also choose which periods you want to test between a particular time, but we'll do the last just straight 5 years there. And then you can choose if you want to test on a minute time frame, hourly, daily. We're going to do daily. Trade options. This is additional options. If you click that, you can basically shift things around to meet more of what's your reality with trading. There's, interest rates. You can include commissions per trade. The trade execution, you can change that around, adjust slippage, all that stuff. I'm going to keep it fairly basic, and we are going to go to the account page, and we're going to say we have $10,000, and every trade we make, we're putting 50% of that in. So every trade is going to be buying $5,000 worth of shares, meaning the shares will adjust according as long as we get to $5,000. So we'll click OK there. Also for Forex traders, I think points only test is important because we want to know how many points we would have made, how many pips rather than dollars, because things, So points tests are going to be good for straight up point testing for FX and stuff. Anyways, we're going to click OK. And let's just do this test. We'll start system test. You'll get a little dialog box down here. It's going to give you information. It should be pretty quick here. Yeah, as you can see, it's moving pretty quick. It has some information like the last scan that happened, how much it profited, and then also the most profitable, the best that it's seen so far during the scan. We're done with that, so we're going to click View Results. Now, this is an awesome page. I believe in system testing, so this is one of my favorite things. I think it all ties in well together. You can see a whole lot going on here. It's really easy and simple to understand, though, once you get used to it. All the green is your overall profits or your portfolio increasing. We set it to 10,000. Well, we can see this increased to 15,000 overall over that 5 years. Trading with just MACD on only 50% of the equity, we've increased by 50% on that. And so anyways, we can click gain over here. There's a bunch of different things you can select. If you click the percent gain, it'll organize things based on that data. So if we click it again, we'll go from losses to profits. And then if you click it again, we'll go from profits to losses or losing the trades. So that's how you can adjust that. You can also see information here, like how many trades were taken in that 5 years on this top one. Tesla is the top one. Tesla gained 160% portfolio value, trading only 50% of that over 5 years. So keep in mind, $5,000 stayed on the sidelines, was not used in this system test. Only $5,000 was consistently used. But of course, more got used as the portfolio built because we always use 50%. Anyways, we had 295 trades. We had 142 profitable trades, while 153 were losing trades of that. Which is important information because our losers in this trade in Tesla are quite small compared to our winners. On average, we made about 1.52 points in comparison to our losers, or dollars. I mean, $1.52 compared for every losing trader, something like that. Anyways, what we can do is we'll open up Tesla here. We'll get even more information. There's a whole array of just data available. You can see right under performance here, our portfolio would now be at $16,000 instead of $10,000 over that 5-year period, which was 160% gain. Your annualized performance was 32%. Buy and hold performance shows that it would have been better, I guess. And that's one thing you can do is you can compare buy and hold to the trading system that you're testing. So although we did really good with just the MACD, buy and hold did outperform the MACD. And so it's important to see that information. We can also go down and see other things like your trade efficiency, unprofitable trades, and discount events and profitable timing and all that stuff. So just a lot of information. There's also an orders page over here that we can look at all the different orders that happened. You can pull this data right from the software. You can also see the different position tab here, and then the equity tab, which is my favorite. I'll get into that, plus the system itself. It gives you more information all about the system. Anyways, the equity tab is one of my favorites because when we're system testing, we get to see that equity curve, which we can see the starting was $10,000 over here to the very left. Our portfolio stood still. Down here is the number of days or bars. So for 40 days, we stayed pretty much flat or just around 40 periods. But then we started trading. We actually started coming down in the first year, but after, well, mid-year, after the first year, though, we started seeing an improvement. We were climbing, stayed pretty flat sideways, and started moving since then. A good equity curve is going from bottom left to top right. Obviously, that'd be perfect, just a flat line, but we want to kind of see stairs moving upwards, like you're climbing a stairway, you know. And this is kind of what that is doing. It's kind of moving up, but there can be much better equity lines. There can be much worse equity lines. I'll show you another one. Let me go back. I don't want to click the X because it'll exit out of the entire thing, I believe. Oh, let me click this. Okay, there we go. So that was Tesla. Now let me show you an example of the equity curve on, let's say, Walgreens. We'll open that up, click equity curve, and we can see that we started high, we ended lower, right? We're kind of walking downstairs right now with this system. So that's good information. Seeing Walgreens provide me a signal, I probably would avoid taking that, given that information, right? I would look at things that show a better system test, and you can get very complex with these system tests. You can create your own, make all different types of changes, or you know, customize it in a way that's going to fit your exact trading style. And so that's what's really powerful. Not only are we identifying trades with MetaStock really quickly, as you saw, it can slow down based on the formula, but we're also able to test systems and make sure that you're using a powerful system, one that's profitable over time, rather than just having to have confidence in something or trust in something. This helps you have confidence in the system you're using, helps you tweak your current system because maybe it's not working well. Well, we can add things, change things, and look for a better equity curve in the securities we change. And so I think it's very powerful to have all these things together. And that's basically kind of how all the tools tie in together. The forecaster is this whole different beast there. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. We can open up charts, scan for signals, test our systems. Let me see if we can quickly how it looks when you build a system. Oh, there's the new system test button up here. If you click on that, you can then go through everything and start building your buy order, your sell order, sell short order, buy to cover, put your stops in there, optimizations as well, in case you want it to be an optimized kind of system test that goes through all the different parameters. So as you build that, you can then start trading or testing your ideas. Now, one thing for those that are into creating your own formulas, it kind of sounds intimidating. You don't need to know coding with MetaStock. That's one really also neat thing. We actually have a very easy to learn formula language. And let me show you. Let me see if it's in here. Okay, so when you go to a buy order, for example, you can actually pull functions of formulas right with this button right here. You can look up indicators and pick whatever indicator you want. Let's say the MACD, and it's going to give you the format of that MACD. And in those parentheses, you can add things of certain periods of, moving averages. You can also add what kind of moving averages, make crossovers. And so we provide you with all the formulas you need. We have a great team that can help you build those as well, making them better. So that's pretty much the gist of what I wanted to show you today: how to find a great, powerful strategy, how to identify good trades, how you can do your basic analysis on charts. You can quickly open them up. You can quickly open up your save charts and just kind of keep MetaStock as your trading tool to help you identify good trading opportunities in the market. And it works for any trader out there. Really, we have over 300,000 securities available, so you can be confident that we'll provide you with the data for the markets you trade in. We're pretty much cutting at the end of our time here, but that was also pretty much everything I wanted to show you guys today. So we went over that all, everything with the MACD and all that. The next question is, how much does MetaStock cost? And this page will tell you that. We provide two versions of MetaStock. There's MetaStock RT, real-time, and Zenith, real-time data, news, and all that stuff, which comes out to $265 per month, $100 for the MetaStock software, $165 for the data feed. That price does exclude exchange fees. Exchange fees are required if you want live data, otherwise it's 15 minutes delayed. If you're interested in learning more about MetaStock at all and digging more into it, you can go to this link here. There's also a 3-month trial available, which you'll learn in a second here. The MetaStock DCs are for those that don't need live data, real-time data. Maybe you're trading only at the end of the day, so you just want to see daily charts up to yearly charts. That's what this is going to do for you. In my presentation today, I was showing you how you can look at all different time frames because I have access to the intraday one. The DC does all the same things that we just went through, except it's only going to give you access to those daily time frames all the way through yearly, and the data updates after the market's closed. That's really the only difference, but the same power is within the software. Again, you can go to that link if you want to learn more. But what we do offer for new clients, or even older users that haven't used MetaStock in a while, is we want to provide you with a 3-month trial. The software is huge. It has a learning curve. Once you do learn it, though, it's easy to use. But I would recommend, if you're trading, you're not doing too well, you can't figure out what's happening, you're losing, or you're sideways and you can't see how to increase your portfolio, I'd recommend starting a 3-month trial. Look at the power of MetaStock and see that, start tweaking your trading ideas, going through our trading systems. There's a reason we're very popular, is because there's so much available. It can really help you get an edge in the markets. This 3-month trial, you'll basically choose which version you want, DC or RT. You'll pay for that first month, and then we're going to take care of the second and third month for you. We're also going to include some basic training for you as well, and we have a complimentary white glove service where we can create an appointment for a support rep to contact you, set things up just how you need them set up based on how you're trading and what you want. They can go through the software with you. We also have free unlimited support available. You can always call into our support line, chat in, or even email us, and we will help you with any of your needs that you need help with. If you do want to get started on this, you can go to the link at the very bottom of the page here, themetastock.com/Edward Snipovich, and you can get started that way. You can also contact me directly if you have any further questions. You can ask for me in our chat room. If you ask for Edward, they'll transfer you right to me, or you can call me directly on any of these lines or ask for me in our queue line. So that's how you can get started. Use my links or reach out to me. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you. Let's get you started. Let's turn that portfolio into a positive earning portfolio. You guys have a great day. I really appreciate you guys spending the time with me today.
Hi, Kelly Clement here from MetaStock. Before you go, I have 2 quick things for you. 1, thanks for joining us today. We love having you here at our webinars and viewing our videos. So what I'd like to invite you to do before you go is like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps us a great deal, and it helps us bring you more awesome content like today's video. The second thing is we have a great ebook on trading that you can get for free. If you go to metastock.com/YouTube book, you can get a free copy of The Secrets of Successful Traders. It's a great book with lots of content from traders just like yourself who can teach you some of the secrets that they have learned. Thanks for taking a second with me and learning about those 2 things. Thanks for joining us, and keep on trading.